Okay guys, may I have your attention please? We are going to start our today's class, and first of all we will go on with writing module. Okay, and the type of essay which we are going to learn today, that is advantages, disadvantages essay. So I'll give you all the layout of this essay, and then I'll tell you how to write this essay. Now I can teach you all how to write, but for what to write you need two things. One is general knowledge about essay writing, and second is your grammar. So these two things I will leave upon you. I will tell you how to do that. Then you have to take your own responsibility, and you have to improve your, I would not use the word general knowledge, but maybe knowledge to write good essays. You can get that knowledge by reading standard essays, right? For example, if you read an essay on unemployment, read an essay on smoking, so you can grasp some ideas. Along with that, I will share some books as well. Those who have joined us today first time, we have a class WhatsApp group. We will add you to that group, and there I will share latest study material with you. Okay, but the thing is this, that you have to take your own responsibility. Means if you attend the classes here for 3 hours, when you go back home you should sit and study at least for a couple of hours. So that, I mean, you should see, okay, today I will read 10 essays, 20 essays, today I will read this book, today I will do practice test. So if you do all these things, then these classes will benefit you a lot. Let me tell you one thing, you are so lucky that there is someone who is backing you. There is someone who is supporting you. I mean, you are all sitting here, you are not sitting here on your own. Some of you have been, rather most of you have been supported by your parents, right? If someone is taking general training IELTS, like if a lady, now she is actually supported by her husband. So there is someone to support you, right? Now it's, I mean, I would say this is an opportunity that has been provided to you. And by the way, life does not give us many opportunities, and opportunities are linked together. One opportunity availed successfully will open doors to many other opportunities. Now just imagine, one opportunity is IELTS. You get your required band, you fly to your destination country. There will be dozens of other opportunities which are associated with this one. And if you fail to achieve this opportunity, then the next doors will be closed on you forever, right? So what I want to say is, please be serious. These 2 months, these 3 months of your life can change your life altogether, or otherwise nothing will change. Okay, so you are lucky. I mean, right now you have the parents, you have people around you who are supporting you. In the future, if you don't come up to their expectations, then you will be kicked, and then nobody will support you, right? So you should take this opportunity as a golden chance for your life. And let me tell you, whoever is supporting you, this is not going to be for him or her. I mean, it's not for the benefit of your parents. What will you do for them? You will send some money to them and that's it. It is for your own good. It is for your own career, your own future, right? I really become happy when my students, they send me pictures from Australia, from Canada, and they say, sir, look, we've reached here. I've got a student who reached Australia recently, so he sent me the pictures. Before that, many students from Canada and all that. So, I mean, you are actually going to be there in future, inshallah. So now you have to decide whether you want to go. This opportunity will open thousands of other opportunities throughout your life. Not even today, not even in the next year. Throughout your life, many other opportunities will open if you take this thing seriously. So that is why take your responsibility. It's not that someone has asked you to do IELTS. You should say, I want to do IELTS. I have to do IELTS. I have to get good bench score in IELTS. Once you are fully determined, where there is a will, there is a way. You will find the way as well. So please take it seriously, and then you will be the ones who is going to send good foreign exchange to your country. I mean, how do you feel if you're sending $2,000 to $3,000 to Pakistan, each individual? to support your family, relatives and all that. So you should be the hand that gives, not the hand that receives. Now you are receiving, but afterwards you will be the hand that gives. So for that you need to work hard for 2 to 3 months only. Just imagine, for 2 to 3 months, no entertainment, no fun, no time wasters, only IELTS, right? IELTS should be the first thought of the day in the morning and last thought of the day at night. And even you should dream IELTS as well, okay? That's what I want you to do. So for that, you need to work hard, take IELTS seriously. I mean, you should have a passion for IELTS. When I go through IELTS books, when I teach IELTS, when I make IELTS videos, I have a passion to simplify the things for my students. So you need to come up with same passion that I have to do IELTS. Think, if you're going to Canada, some popular monuments of Canada should be in front of your eyes. For example, if someone is going to France, Paris, Eiffel Tower should be in front of your eyes. Whether your eyes are open or closed, Eiffel Tower, Eiffel Tower. I'll make a selfie there, right? So same way Niagara Falls, right? When you go to Canada, I'll say Niagara Falls. So keep Niagara Falls in mind, make it your destination, and finally when you reach there, you'll take a selfie. That will be the most successful day of your life. So you should take it seriously, take your own responsibility, work hard, make IELTS your passion. You should fall in love with IELTS. And then you will find real love also in future. Okay, if you haven't found it yet, you will find that also. But for now, you just need to focus your IELTS and that will help you. Okay, coming back to the topic of the day. Today we are going to learn how to write advantages, disadvantages essay. Let me tell you, there are 4 basic type of essays. The first one is opinion, second is discussion, third is problem solution, fourth is advantages, disadvantages, and the fifth one is a 2-question essay where they ask you 2 questions and you have to cover them in 2 separate paragraphs, right? So these are the basic types. And very recently one of my students shared a wonderful book on IELTS writing. That book has got exercises, proper exercises, so I would recommend that book to you as well. Actually, I have printed my own copy. I will go through that book myself, and then after that I will recommend that book to you guys as well so that you could study. So as long as you are doing IELTS, fall in love with books also, because these books will become your wings and then your band score will fly high, right? Yeah, exactly. So advantages, disadvantages essay is the first type which we are going to discuss today. It is very easy to identify this type of essay. They will write in the question, what are the advantages and disadvantages of, and then whatever after that. Or they can write, discuss the advantages and disadvantages of. Or instead of advantages, disadvantages, they can use the word benefits and drawbacks, pros and cons as well. They can use these words also, right? So it can be anything. Now, whenever you write advantages, disadvantages essay, please open your books. This is IELTS Advantage Writing Skills. I have just come to know some of you haven't received this book, but you will get it probably tomorrow. We have run out of copies, so you'll get it tomorrow. But in the meantime, you can share with someone. IELTS Advantage Writing Skills, and on that book, you need to come to page number 7. You both don't have the book. Okay, so can you please go there and share the book? Okay, you can give your book. So you can return him afterwards, right? Write your name down on the book. Have you written your name? Good, good. That's better. Well, in order to get good bench score, I would like to give you just 2 tips for now, in speaking as well as in writing. These 2 tips, basically not tips, these are action plans. Action plan means you have to do it. Now, for example, you are all sitting here. If I say, please go and get me a glass of water. Now, this is not something you listen and you don't react. If I say, please go and get me a glass of water, you say, okay, All right. And you're not moving, right? But if I say, please go and get me a glass of water, you stand up, you walk, go to the water bottle, pour some water, bring it to me. This is what we call action plan, where you have to do it. So what I'm going to tell you now, it's not that you just listen to me and, oh, good, sir, I enjoyed. Nice story. No, you need to take action, right? Number one, it's a good idea to learn 5 basic tenses. Just 5. I'm not asking you to learn all 12 tenses. Okay, let's make it 6. 6 basic tenses. Number 1, present simple. We also call it present indefinite. Active voice and passive voice both. Present simple, past simple, future simple. Or present indefinite, past indefinite, future indefinite. Okay? After these 3 tenses, you need to learn present perfect and present perfect continuous. Clear? Present perfect and present perfect continuous. How many tenses are they? 5. More than enough. You don't need to use other tenses. Essay writing is mainly done in present tense. Your IELTS speaking is mainly done in present, past or future tense. Right? So if you master these 5 tenses, active voice and passive voice, once you learn the tenses, after that the second thing which you need to learn, I told you 2 action plans. One is these 5 tenses. Yeah, if you learn all 12 tenses, active voice, passive voice, that is amazing. Right? But first start with these 5 tenses, the first thing. After this, the next one is you need to learn to write compound sentences. It's only compound sentences that give you good bench score in IELTS speaking as well as in IELTS writing. With simple sentences, 5 band. Now what is a simple sentence? I have a camera. It is very nice. I use my camera every day. Its result is very good. I bought this camera last year. I love my camera. Simple sentences, no connection and all that. For example, otherwise if I say, I have a camera which was actually gifted by my friend on my last birthday. Compound sentences. You need to join your ideas together, right? I use this camera every day, but mainly I use it whenever I go outside, especially to the northern areas of my country. Compound sentence. So you need to come up with compound sentences in speaking as well as in writing. Then you will be able to get good bench score. Now let's give you a target. On Saturday, today is Thursday. On Saturday, you will just come and see me personally, sir, 1 minute. I have learned all 5 tenses and I have also learned to write compound sentence. Okay? And I'll appreciate you for that. Done? Clear? Okay, very good. Now, coming back to this essay writing topic, as far as advantages, disadvantages essay is concerned, remember every essay has actually 3 parts. Introduction, body and conclusion. Right? So we will see how many paragraphs can we write. You should be familiar with the layout of the essay. Whenever you write advantages, disadvantages essay, there are 2 possible ways of doing it. The first one is introduction, advantages, 1 paragraph. Disadvantages, 2nd paragraph. Conclusion. This is one way of doing it. Second way of doing it is introduction, 1 paragraph with 1 advantage. 2nd paragraph with another advantage. 3rd paragraph with 1 disadvantage. 4th paragraph with another disadvantage. And finally, conclusion. Both ways it is right. You can write it using any style, that is perfectly fine. Okay, now before we proceed from here, remember one thing, examiner will take a look at your writing tasks as well as your speaking tasks through 4 eyes. We have 2 eyes. Examiner has 4 eyes whenever they look at your writing as well as your speaking. The first eye is task response or task achievement. Task response means whether you have written according to the topic or not. Task response means task 1, 150 words, task 2, 250 words. So have you achieved that or not? Right? Your topic and the type of the essay. Is that all clear? That is what we call task response. After this, the second criteria is actually what we call grammatical range and accuracy. Now, what is grammatical range? Grammatical range is your grammar. And I told you compound sentences, you should use mostly, right? Don't use simple sentences, compound sentences, and try to use a wide range of structures. And accuracy means your sentences should be correct by all means. After this, the third I of the examiner, the third criteria is what we call vocabulary. For vocabulary, just remember synonyms. You don't need to use difficult words. You don't need to use words which even English people don't know. There are hundreds of words of Urdu language which you don't know. Agree? Yeah, there are, I mean, if you open Urdu dictionary, you'll say, oh, is this Urdu? I never use this word, okay? So, you don't need to use those words, and don't waste your energies learning that type of language which is not in practice, okay? Lexical resource or vocabulary means appropriate words related to the topic, synonyms, no repetition. And then there is one thing we call it collocations. Collocation is a group of words that are used together. So you should use proper collocations, right? So that's more than enough. And make sure you write the correct spelling. That is important. After that, the last criteria is coherence and cohesion. Coherence and cohesion means connectivity of ideas. If I say I have a camera, it is very nice, I bought it last year, this camera is very good, I use it every day, these sentences have no connection, right? So coherence and cohesion is something. If I say, first of all, I would like to tell you about my camera, first of all, right? So if I talk like this, well, I've got a Nikon camera which is really good, and I purchased that camera last year from a local store, right? Then I move on. And secondly, I want to tell you now, first of all, secondly, these things actually connect your ideas. So they should be connected ideas, proper guidelines for the reader. Now, what's the guideline for the reader? When you say first of all, when you say secondly, when you say for example, when you say additionally, furthermore, every sentence should be written in a way that the reader is very comfortable with that. When you say, for example, all right, this is the example. When you say furthermore, it means you want to expand on the topic, right? Okay, now, these are the 4 criteria. Now, coming back to advantages, disadvantages, and by the way, I will show you all these things in a minute now in the essay. Now, we come up here, we have some bullet points. Let's just go through them. The first bullet point, write an introduction to the topic. Now listen, whenever you write any introduction for any essay type, there are 2 structures. One structure is for 2 sentences and one structure is for 4 sentences. It's up to you. If you want to write 2 sentences, then you must write 2 compound sentences very accurately. You'll be getting good band for that. Now, what's the sentences? The first sentence is, if you're writing 2 sentences, then the first sentence is paraphrasing the topic. Paraphrasing the topic. Paraphrasing means you read the topic and in your own words, you will just rewrite the topic, the first sentence, okay? After this, the second sentence. In introduction, there is one thing, we call it thesis sentence. Or if the word thesis, T-H-E-S-I-S, if that word is difficult to remember, you can simply call it a plan sentence, P-L-A-N, plan. In thesis sentence or plan sentence, you tell the reader the type of the essay and your position on that. So if you want to write 2 sentences, you can follow this. Number 1, reword the topic. Number 2, your plan or your thesis sentence. If you want to write 4 sentences in introduction, then the plan is, first sentence is a general sentence about the topic. Second sentence is another sentence to support the previous sentence. By the way, all these things are written in this book. Whatever I'm saying, it's all written in this book. Today I'll give you some reading homework as well. You'll have to, rather you should note it down, please. Please note it down, page number 7. You will read pages from 7 to 18. 7 to 18, and after that, noted, 7 to 18, and after that pages 43 to 54. 43 to 54 from the same book, and you have to read it all carefully if you want to go to your destination country by air. Otherwise you will travel by train, okay, by bus, by train, and all that. You must read, and when you read everything, there are some exercises. You should have a pencil in your hand, solve those exercises, answers are given at the end, right? Okay, now coming back to it, as I've already mentioned these things, now I want you to come to page number 12. Page number 12. Okay guys, now we are going to learn another important thing, and we will do it with 3-4 topics. Many students misunderstand the topic when they write their essays. And when I say many, around 50-60% students misunderstand the topic. In IELTS writing, essay writing, topic is not one word topic. What's the topic? Corruption. Like, you know, we have these topics. What's the topic? Unemployment. The problems we have, okay? So in IELTS, we don't have one word topic. We have a topic statement. It is very important for you to know what is the topic, number one. Number two, what is the range of the topic. If you miss that range, or if you forget about that range and you write essay on the main topic, most definitely that will be the main reason for getting low band score. So right now what we are going to do, we are going to see how to read and understand the topic so that you don't write away from the topic. And remember, warning, if you write anything which does not relate to the topic, that will go in off the topic pile. Off the topic means nikal ke bahar pheng do. Okay, whatever you write, even complete paragraph, if it is off the topic, it will go to that. So you have to be careful when you understand the topic. Now let's see, same page, we go through this topic. These days, I'm reading from here, the topic, these days. Found it? Here, these days. As you read, you can interpret in your heart in Urdu, Punjabi, whatever you want to say. I mean, you know, in your heart, you are very frank with yourself. Something like that. So you can just do that. Otherwise, now we will do it in English. These days means at present. These days means present time, today, and all that. More and more people. Now, more and more people means a vast majority or a large number of people. After that, are going to other countries. Going to other countries means going abroad. We have that majority here, okay? So these days, more and more people are going to other countries for significant periods of time. Significant period of time means 1 year, 6 months, 5 years, 10 years, and all that. Now, do you understand the topic? We are just going on. And remember, I mean, after the exam, if you ask any candidate, what was the topic? Abroad. I mean, there was this topic was abroad, and I wrote abroad is this, abroad is that, aeroplane, big one, and this and that and all that. So you should see what's the topic. They say a large number of people are going to other countries for a long time, either to find a job or study. So find a job means career, study means education, foreign education, career in another country, and all that. There are clearly many benefits to doing this. Doing this means going to a foreign country for significant period of time to find a job and all that. But people who live abroad can also face some difficulties. So people who live in Canada, Australia, New Zealand. I have a student in New Zealand. She is preparing for IELTS. She is from Indian Punjab. And I asked her, why are you doing IELTS? She said, sir, मैं Canada जाना है. She is in New Zealand. See, New Zealand नहीं चंगा, Canada जाना है. So there are people, and some are dying to go to New Zealand. And she is in New Zealand, now she wants to go to Canada. People, I got a student from India, he's in USA. He wants to go to Canada from USA, right? So anyways, there are problems and difficulties as well. Now, after that, the topic sentence. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of living and working in a foreign country. Now, let's quickly go through it. Advantage number 1. Come on. You are going abroad. You all are going abroad. Come on. Tell me. Just tell me. Yell and tell. Sorry, quality of life. Living environment. Yes, same thing. Anyone? Come on. Come on. Opportunities. Atmosphere. Very good. And good education. Health facilities. Medical facilities. Right? Transportation and job. Yeah, exactly. You can get good jobs there. So you can come up with a lot of benefits and your brain will storm these ideas. Right? You say, okay, this is the benefit, this is the benefit, this is the benefit. Out of all those benefits, you need to refine your ideas and come up with 2 clear benefits. And these benefits should be the real mature benefits. What do I mean when I say mature benefits? For example, say, what are the benefits of going abroad? It is good. Benefit number 1 is, it is good. Benefit number 2, it is very good. Okay, not like that. Right? So, for example, you can talk about opportunities. That can be one benefit. You said something. Quality of life can be one benefit. Now, drawbacks. What are the drawbacks of going to a foreign country for significant period of time? Homesickness. Very good. You miss your family. Language problem. Yeah, if you go and you don't speak their language. Okay, and cultural differences. Very good. And a harsh weather. You are going to Canada. -60. Okay, and things like that, right? So just come up with so many ideas. This is what we call brainstorming. You can just do it in actual test. Look at your right hand and think about advantages. Left hand, think about disadvantages, and then refine those ideas and come up with 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages. Okay, now we start with the first paragraph, please. Now this first paragraph is actually 4-sentence structure. Okay, this is 4-sentence structure. If you want to make it 2-sentence structure, you can do that also. I'll tell you how. Now, the first sentence is a general sentence about the topic, and that is, nowadays taking a year out. Now, I want you to look at this essay from 4 point of views. Number 1, task response. Number 2, grammar. Number 3, vocabulary. Number 4, coherence and cohesion. So, I'll show you all these things. Nowadays, taking a year out to live or study abroad is becoming increasingly popular. This is a general sentence about the topic. Okay. I will share a handout with you in our class WhatsApp group that is called template. A template for all essays. So there it will be written, first sentence is this, second is this, third is this, and all that. For many people, especially young adults, the chance to spend an extended period of time overseas is an attractive one. Now this says add another sentence to support the first one. By the way, if you want to see all these things, come to page number 14 quickly. Here, page number 14 and here. A, B, C, D. Can you see that? We need to arrange them. They are in the wrong order. D is 1. Option D, cross D and write there 1. Okay? Write a general sentence about the topic is the first one. After that, A is 2. Add an extra sentence to support the first. B is 3. Focus on the question in your own word. That's what I said, reword the topic. And C is 4. Tell the reader your plan. Clear? So this is how you can write 4 sentences, and they have written these 4 sentences here as well. Now let's go back, please. Page number 12. However, there are both pros and cons to deciding to do this. Now they have written here to deciding to do this. Any sentence that does not relate to the topic, or any sentence which can be fit anywhere or which can be fitted anywhere, that sentence is usually out of the word count. Right? I mean, you write a very beautiful flowery sentence जो कहीं पे भी लग सकता है. राइट. सो इट्स नॉट दैट वो एक सेंटेंस आपको 7 बैंड ले देगा, वो एक सेंटेंस वर्ड काउंट से आउट हो जाएगा. ओके, सो ओवर हियर दे हैव रिटन हाउएवर देयर आर both pros and cons to deciding to do this. Instead of deciding to do this, it's a good idea to write to going to a foreign country for a long time, right? So that this sentence relates to the topic. Last sentence is your thesis sentence or your plan. In this essay, I will discuss some of the reasons why moving abroad is so popular. Now, I told you good vocabulary. Reasons why moving abroad is so popular means advantages. Reasons why moving abroad is popular means advantages, and some of the challenges to be overcome. Challenges means disadvantages. So this is what you need to do. I mean, if you write over here, there are many advantages, there are many disadvantages. The first advantage is that. The second advantage is there. This advantage, you're telling them I only know this much. Yeah, Allah ke naam pe band de de. So they will just give you 4, 4.5 or 5. If you do the repetition of words, repetition of ideas, repetition of same sentences, that will decrease the band score. Okay. All right. Now we move on. Listen here. Now I'm going to tell you, in IELTS writing body paragraphs, examiner wants you to develop your ideas. What is the development of ideas? For example, paragraph number 2. Let's begin by looking at the advantages of moving away. Moving away means going abroad. So moving away is the synonym of going abroad. They are using different language. One of the main positives means advantages. Notice this. And you can do one thing. Learn these words. Keep them safe with you. Whenever there is advantages, disadvantages, essay, you can use these words: positives, benefits, pros and cons, and all that. So one of the main positives of heading overseas is that it broadens your horizon. Now in this paragraph, main idea is it broadens your horizon. Now listen here. Now we need to develop this idea. This is what examiner wants to see. If in one paragraph you write 5 ideas, they don't want this thing. They want you to write one idea and then you need to develop that idea. What do they mean by develop? Listen carefully. Development of the idea mean first you need to expand that idea. Expanding the idea means what do you mean by that? After that, if you have a relevant example, you can quote the example. That will further develop your idea. And after quoting the example, you can conclude that paragraph. So that is what we call development of ideas. First, present an idea. Second, elaborate on that idea. Third, give a relevant example and you can create the example. Never give personal example. You can give general example. Generalize the examples in third person singular or third person plural, right? And after that you will conclude. Now 4 parts are the main parts of the body paragraphs. Let's take a look. One of the main positives of heading overseas is that it broadens your horizon. This is the main idea. Sentence number 1. What I mean by this, what is going on now? He's going to elaborate that idea. What I mean by this is that you have the time to meet people from different cultural backgrounds and learn to cope with foreign customs and food. And finally, conclusion, this can make you more rounded as a person. More rounded means skilled. This can make you. Avoid the word it in essay writing. Instead of it, you should use this. This is a better word. When you say this can make you. Now, I told you coherence and cohesion. When you say this can make you, this means what you said before. So you are connecting your ideas. There is 9 band for writing and in 4 parts, like first part is task response. There is 9 band for task response, grammatical range 9 band, vocabulary 9 band, and then coherence and cohesion 9 band. They give you out of 9, and then there is the overall band score which you get in writing. So you need to keep all these things in mind. That you know, sometimes you say I had a friend, uski grammar bhi अच्छी नहीं थी, उसका फिर भी band अच्छा आ गया, right? So it means in grammar, maybe he got low band score, but actually in vocabulary, he got good band, then in task achievement, he got good band, and then in coherence and cohesion, he got good band. So you need to prepare yourselves for all 4 things. That is important. Okay, now let's go on to next paragraph. Now one more thing. It is not compulsory to write one example in each body paragraph. There are 2 options. Don't make your essay very wordy because you have only 1 hour. So maximum length of your essay should be 350 words. Maximum. Minimum 250, you have to write 250 words, but maximum limit, according to me, 350 is more than enough because then you don't have time to manage all these things. Okay, now let's move on. Secondly, now the word secondly addresses coherence and cohesion. Secondly, moving abroad can lead to a better quality of life. Advantage number 2 is better quality of life. Now we will not talk about any other advantage. For example, you say, secondly, moving abroad can lead to better quality of life. If you live in a foreign country, you can avail medical facilities. If you're in foreign country, you can earn dollars and then you can send them back home. If you're in a foreign country, this. They don't want to see that. Never talk like that. Just one thing and expand your ideas or develop your idea on that very thing. Okay, better quality of life. Take British people for example. The word example, this will achieve coherence and cohesion. And whenever you give example, please give international examples because your IELTS writing will be marked by an examiner who is not from your country or who may not be from your country. Okay, so that's why you should not write any jargons or any specific words. And once I asked a student, what's your favorite dish? And she started, well, sometimes on Sunday I like halwa puri with harissa, and I like harissa very much. Then lassi, a big glass of lassi, really, you don't need to use that all. Speak 100% English. Okay, so just avoid these type of things and all that. Let's go on. Thousands of people from the UK move to Spain and Australia every year. Do you understand this example? Right? Instead of elaborating on the point, he's given example directly. These countries. Now, can someone tell me these countries? What does it mean? Sorry? These countries mean Spain and Australia, not UK. Spain and Australia. These countries have warmer climates and encourage a better work-life balance. In addition, why have we written in addition? For coherence and cohesion, right? In addition, by living overseas, you can gain qualifications and language skills which may improve promotion prospects on your return. Is that clear? 2 advantages have been mentioned, and you can do that. Write one long paragraph and write 2 advantages there, but I would advise you to write 2 separate short paragraphs with 2 advantages. Okay. Next, we have disadvantages. Now, again, you should inform the reader what that is. When you say turning to the other side of the argument, you are saying, Mr. Reader, now I'm going to talk about the opposite thing, turning to the other side of the argument. Culture shock is a major problem. Culture shock. You know, when you go to a foreign country, what is culture shock? You see something and you say, oh, hi. Yeah? Okay, that's what we call culture shock. Means, really? This is the part of their culture? Maybe they eat certain food items, they eat certain animals which are not allowed in your country. So that is what we call culture shock. Many people who take a year out. Now, take a year out means to go abroad for a year. Again, paraphrasing, right? There are 2-3 things. If you don't find appropriate words, you can even paraphrase. One thing is synonym. For example, glass. You can find a couple of synonyms for glass, right? One thing. Second, if you don't find synonyms, you can paraphrase it. How to paraphrase it? A container made of glass which is used to drink liquids. What is that? Glass. So this is what we call rewording, paraphrasing. So sometimes if you don't know synonym exactly, you can paraphrase that very thing. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Yeah, we were going through this. Many people who take a year out find it hard to cope with the language barrier, the food and general cultural differences. This often leads to, now tell me, where is the word this highlighting? This means, no, this means language barrier, food and general cultural differences. So the word this is actually connecting these two sentences together. That's what we call coherence and cohesion. Okay, next paragraph. Another issue is that, issue means, here, issue means disadvantage. Very good. Another issue is that it can be difficult to start a new life from scratch. Now this is disadvantage number one. When you go to a foreign country, you start your life from zero. Okay, be ready for that. In other words, why in other words? Because you want to develop your idea further. You want to elaborate your idea. In other words, when you move abroad, you have to make new friends and find your place in community. Making new friends and finding the place in the community. This process, now tell me where this word goes. This process, which process is that? The process of, exactly, making new friends and finding your place in the community. Do you understand? This is the connectivity which should be there for good bench score. Okay, this process takes time and be especially challenging. There is also language barrier to deal with. Now we write conclusion. In order to write conclusion, I want you to come to page number 15 first. Page number 15 here. A good conclusion generally consists of, number one, general one sentence summary. Okay, general one sentence summary. Number two, a focused summary of the main points. And what are the main points? Two advantages and two disadvantages. Very good. A focused summary of the main points, avoiding repetition of vocabulary. And number three, something new or your opinion. Now I want you all to come over here. Same page, over here. All things considered, you can copy this by the way. All things considered, starting life in a foreign country is never easy. What is that? Number one, a general one sentence summary. Okay, next sentence. You need to weigh up the pros of better lifestyle, weather and so on, and the cons of culture shock and language barrier. What is that? A focused, number two, point number two, a focused summary of the main points, avoiding repetition. Last sentence, personally, I believe the benefits in terms of personal growth eventually outweigh any negatives. What is that? Number three, something new or your opinion. Now please listen. Generally students ask me this question, do we have to give our opinion in advantages, disadvantages essay, problem solution essay? Because they think opinion should only be given in opinion essay. Listen, whenever you describe advantages and disadvantages of something, your opinion is important. And what is your opinion? Opinion is advantages are more than disadvantages or disadvantages are more than advantages. So you must write your opinion. If you are writing problem solution essay, again you have to give your opinion. And what is your opinion? What is the overall solution to this problem according to you? Okay, so these three sentences for conclusion: general one sentence summary, focused summary of the main points, avoiding repetition of vocabulary, and something new. All right. Okay guys, now we are going to learn how to interpret some topics. So I want you to come to page number 16. There is a topic. What are, page number 16 here. What are the advantages and disadvantages for children of television? What are the advantages and disadvantages of children for television? Now, the topic is television, but the range of topic is for children only. If you write about television only, that is off the topic. If you write about television for everyone, that is also off the topic. Advantages and disadvantages of watching TV for children. So everywhere you will use the word children, young adults, youngsters, youth, and all that, right? Now, it's not a good idea you take a start. Television is a very good source of entertainment and information. Television was invented by this and that, right? In the old times, we used to have big TVs. Now we have LEDs. I also have a nice 50 inches LED in my house, right? This is all beyond the topic. What is the topic? Advantages and disadvantages of watching TV for. If you ignore children, you write 100% irrelevant essay. And if you only talk about children without television, again that is going to be irrelevant essay. Is that clear? Okay, let's go through another example. Please come to page number 18. Middle of the page. These days, people work in more than one job. Now look here. These days, at present, people work in more than one jobs. One job, more than one jobs. It may mean like in the morning you are doing one job, in the evening you are doing some part-time job, right? So people work in more than one job. Like in the morning, someone is working for a multinational company. In the evening, that person is teaching. That's what we call more than one job. And often change careers several times during their life. Changing career. For example, first someone started his career as a banker. After banking, he joined a multinational organization. After that, he went to a foreign country. So this is what we call changing career, right? Now you should understand the topic. Otherwise, you will write an essay which is irrelevant to the main topic. So these days, and one more thing, visualization will help you. You can imagine a professional. For example, people work in more than one job. Just imagine someone who is doing two jobs. One job in the morning, 9 to 5, and then 6 to 10 or 6 to 11, there is another job, right? And often change career several times during their life. Just see, okay, the first career was teaching, second career was banking, third career was something else, right? What are the advantages and disadvantages of this? This means doing two jobs. This means changing career, and you will take them together. You will not take them separately. You will take them together, doing more than one job and changing careers. What are the benefits? Now, what's the first benefit? Diversified experience. Yeah, you acquire new skills when you work, right? You can earn even more money if you're doing part-time job, or if you switch the career, then you realize this career is better than the other one. That is why you switch. These are two benefits. What are the drawbacks? Drawback number one. Maybe you're not reliable, or you cannot master one skill. Jack of all trades, master of none. Any other? No relaxing time. If you're doing more than one job and switching through the careers, you'll be often confused and you will have no time for your family, and work-life balance will be disturbed. Okay, so this is how you need to think. And one thing is, if your essay is irrelevant with grammar mistakes and all that, that will give you very low bench score. But if there are grammar mistakes, but the essay is on the topic, on the track, still that will bring you good bench score, right? Okay, let's go on. The next topic here. What are the pros and cons of using public transport? Now, first of all, you need to imagine public transport. We have metros here, we have orange line here, right? We have other red buses, okay, transport system, public transport where people travel together. So, what are the pros and cons? Advantage number one, economical. When you travel by public transport, it is economical. Advantage number two, Environmental friendly. Yes, exactly. When 1,000 people are traveling in one vehicle like orange train, so I mean 1,000 people, and if 500 cars are driven, they will pollute the environment. You can give example like that. Okay, any other advantage? You can sit, relax and travel. Maybe you read newspaper or you drink your coffee while you are traveling and all that. That is why I always love to sit on the rear seat of my car. Once there was a chance, my brother was driving my car and I was sitting at the back, and I was so excited. I can see outside, I can just look here and there, otherwise you're just like this, you're driving. Okay, so you can talk about these things. What are the disadvantages? Time consuming. There are certain routes and buses are slow, every stop they have to stay and all that. It is time consuming. Disadvantage number 2. Come on. Sometimes they don't have the routes to your destination, right? Or sometimes the buses are overcrowded, pickpockets and all that. Yeah, you can give these examples. All right, that's good. Children watching TV already done. Okay, thank you.